Bucks. At point guard, B. At center, Danielle Martin. At the other guard position, Mr. Koch. At power forward, Thunder. At the other forward position, Giannis Antetokounmpo. The head coach of the Pacific team is Mike Monroe. Let's meet your Brooklyn Nets. Starting at center, 7 feet 7 inches, number 25, James. At shooting guard, standing 6'8", number 14, James. At power forward, 7 feet 4 inches, number 10, Cowboy. At the other forward position, at 6'9" number 7, Kevin Durant. The other guard, at 6'3", number 11, Kyrie Irving. The head coach of your home team is Kenny Atkinson. Ladies and gentlemen, your Brooklyn Nets.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Milwaukee Bucks going up against the Brooklyn Nets at Barclays Center with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony. This is Kevin Harlan. On the sidelines, we have David Aldridge reporting. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. They've got Martin, B out there with Mr. Clutch. And then there's Antetokounmpo, and it's Thunder in at the 4 slot. And for the Nets, Kyrie Irving is out there with Jay, and it's Durant. Then there's Jay, and it's Cowboy in at the power forward. We're looking forward to the center matchup tonight, Doris. What do you expect to see from these guys inside?
Well, I think there's a requisite physicality in there, certainly. At the same time, there are greater demands on big men, Kevin, than we have ever seen before. Yes, they have to be rim protectors. Yes, they have to control the paint. But now those bigs are asked to defend in space, to guard on the perimeter. Kevin, you know this. That's a tall task.
B, the pass to Giannis. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You know, we always talk about what a rare talent Giannis is, and it's true. Unrivaled athleticism and versatility.
Milwaukee shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. And he can't get the first one.
One of the things I love about the Brooklyn Nets is the culture that's being created with this franchise. They are punching above their weight. There's no quit in this team. There is so much to like.
And he sinks the second. And Doris, you talk about the resilience of this Nets team. How about their 25-point fourth-quarter comeback last season against Sacramento?
Kev, they become only the 4th team to overcome that big a deficit in the shot clock era. This Nets team is not invincible, but I promise you they're going to make you work for every single thing you get.
Here is Durant. Inside, here's Irving. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Boy, what wonderful vision. Kevin Durant with a picture-perfect pass. Woo-hoo!
Here's B, and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
But Kevin Durant is playing spectacular defense, and it sets the tone for the entire team.
And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play. The Nets shooting their first foul of the night.
Shooting one.
What's up?
Well, think about the Nets' Kenny Atkinson, a finalist last season for NBA Coach of the Year. This young coach got a well-deserved contract extension. And what I love is his team competes at a high level every night.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. Martin's in the post. A rebound by the Nets.
And the way he was able to reach out towards that release had an impact.
Well, no question, he altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
Bucks have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. And Doris, you think about how hard this Brooklyn team competes. I think they take right after their head coach.
I don't think there's any doubt, Kevin. Coach Atkinson is still willing to get on the court and jump into drills with his players. Let's remember, going back to the early days of his career, he was a player development coach. And before that, yes, he even played. That effort and willingness to break a sweat very much reflected in his group.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Yeah, just a terrific job of just staying with it. Nice.
We've got 1:55 left to play in the first. That's Giannis. Back to Martin. Will it go? Good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist.
And how about the splendid floor vision from Antetokounmpo? A good decision maker, improves his passing each and every year.
And it's denied. Irving. Outside, KD. They get it back. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
That's his first personal foul.
The Nets shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
Yeah, last year, collectively, only 74% from the line. Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. And a new group in for the Nets. Jared Allen's checked in for Jay. G comes in for Kevin Durant. Dinwiddie's checked in for Jay. And Jay's subbed in for Irving. He's perfect from the line this time.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
Passes it to Martin. Bledsoe looking it over. Here's Middleton. He feeds it to Lopez. And it's sent back by Allen.
Jared Allen twice on the right, send it back, young sir.
And Chris Middleton pulls it down. Bucks trail by 5. Here's Bledsoe. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Spencer Dinwiddie.
It goes on Spencer Dinwiddie.
and you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
The Bucks have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. Free throw missing.
Can we remember that Kentucky team Eric Bledsoe played on? 8 future NBA players, including both All-Stars John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins. Incredible.
Jordan, he's checked in for Brooklyn. And he can't hit the second.
Boy, picking Jared Allen, number 22, back in 2017 has paid off for the Nets. This guy is proven already in his early 20s to be an NBA caliber starting center.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Nets leading by 3. And the pass to Dinwiddie. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Jay, the pass to G. It up for Jordan.
Boy, this guy has run this play so many times. DeAndre Jordan understands how to read the defense.
Bledsoe outside. Middleton right side. Over G. And it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Nets out in front, up by 3. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. It's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And that's how they controlled the first quarter. I thought they were the much more physical team.
Here's Dinwiddie. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And Milwaukee looking at who they've got. Mr. Perfect out there with Bledsoe. And it's Brook Lopez. And it's Big Cat. And it's Middleton in at the 3. We've always been wowed by the athleticism in the NBA, but it seems to be becoming even more athletic. Certain guys get it done, Doris, in different ways.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of examples, Kev, of guys who don't have or are not blessed with incredible athleticism, but who have found a way to be successful. Nikola Jokic is a first-team NBA player who plays very much below the rim. And then we look at certain shooters who can affect the game. J.J. Redick, he is impossible to guard because he's one constant stream of movement. So, listen, if you have great skill for your position, without athleticism, you can still find a way to have a job in this NBA.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
That's a finish he'll be bragging about for a while.
As he should. Very impressive.
How about that from your point guard, gentlemen? Playing big at the rim, okay?
Doesn't go that time. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. Karis LeVert's checked in for Brooklyn. Mr. Move comes in for Jay. Wesley Matthews checked in for the Bucks. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Pass to Mr. Perfect. Lets it go from 11. And he can't bank that one in. That's leading by 5.
Well, the evolution of Brook Lopez continues as he is now a premier stretch 5. His three-point shot continues to get better and now a huge part of his arsenal.
They get a hand on it. Stolen by LeVert. From downtown. Rebound, Milwaukee. Wesley Matthews on the wing. LeVert defending, and the Bucks miss again. And Lopez bold enough to give himself a nickname.
Yeah, what was it? Splash Map or something like that. I guess he's earned it with the work he's put in on his outside shooting. More and more centers these days shooting the 3-ball. And his lateral quickness really allows him to stay in front of the shooter there and challenge the shot.
And this is the key. In this game, you've got to be able to move your feet to be successful on the defensive end.
LeVert with the wide open look. Drains the three-pointer. LeVert's got the lead up to 10 now for Brooklyn.
Boy, this is the next step for Karis LeVert. Critical. He become more consistent from deep.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
And no doubt, Coach wants them to shore up their interior defense.
I think right now they're giving up way too many easy looks. That is a recipe for disaster.
Brooklyn making some changes. Jay's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Cowboy comes in for Jared Allen. And Durant subbed in for G. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Martin's checked in for Lopez. Thunder comes in for Big Cat. Mr. Clutch is checked in for Mr. Perfect. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Eric Bledsoe. And the call will be against D. That is his first foul of the game. There's 53 seconds left in the second quarter. LeVert the pass to Jay. To the middle. Here's AD. And then Durant with the jam.
Kevin Durant makes that dunk look easy. He's so big, you can't do anything about it.
Here's DiVincenzo. Knocks it loose. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Bucks trail by 9. Passes it to Thunder. Puts it up from 15. Brooklyn with the rebound. Cowboys got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. We come back right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. The biggest lead they were able to get out to during the first period was 6 points. The second quarter was full of highlights for them. And as their play improved, so did their lead. They'll be carrying an 11-point edge into the second half. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the Knicks?
Well, Kenny knows about this. I used to do this to his team all the time. Take advantage of you down low. Mismatch. Barbecue chicken alert. Make good entry passes. That led to some good looks. Obviously, a lot of points. When you control the paint, you control the game. I was the master of controlling fight talent. Shaquille O'Neal.
And over to Kenny. Your thoughts on the Bucks?
Well, obviously, they were outshot. I thought they mailed it in too many times in terms of their effort. People weren't moving, they weren't screening, and they definitely weren't hustling. They need to hit the ground running to be competitive in the second half, or they could get blown out.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
with the second half upon us. We'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. You look at Cowboy in this game, he's been everywhere.
And those extra chances mean so much. And he has shaped the game with the way he's been pulling down those offensive boards.
Really putting his handprint on this game. You love the hustle, you love the work ethic he has had on display.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So for Brooklyn now, we've got Jay out there with Cowboy. Then there's Irving. And it's Durant, and at the 3, the small forward. And it's Martin missing. That's leading by 11. Durant, the pass to Jay. Second chance shot. And the rebound goes to Martin.
Well, I guarantee you this is not what they talked about in the locker room. 0 for 3 and looking lost.
Yours, you graduated as your college's all-time assistant. Talk about some of the key traits of a great playmaker.
I think historically speaking, when we think about great lead guards, Kevin, we talk about unselfishness, vision, patience. Who are the players that make their teammates better? But probably the one underrated aspect of a point guard to me, Kevin, is communication. Are you constantly looking for opportunities to communicate to your teammates, make them feel good about themselves, give them confidence? That, to me, is probably the most underrated aspect of it.
And Doris, when you played, you took such great pride in each and every one of those things.
I did. I love trying to make my teammates better. It feels great to make somebody feel good.
The Nets have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3. First free throw is good. So for the Nets, G's checked in for Durant, and Jay's subbed in for Kyrie Irving. And then for Milwaukee, Martin's checked in for Martin. Chris Middleton comes in for Antetokounmpo. And it's Mr. Perfect in for Mr. Clutch. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Bucks trail by 11. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's B. And that one is hammered home.
And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still a magnificent move to the rim. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. And no good.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
Jay, the pass to Jay. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Jay, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And you know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
The Nets shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
At the line for 2.
And he knocks down the first one. Brooklyn making some changes. LeVert's checked in for G. Spencer Dinwiddie comes in for J. And Mr. Moves subbed in for J. And then for Milwaukee, Matthews comes in for Thunder. And it's Eric Bledsoe in for B. Both shots good from the stripe.
Boy, really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
Bledsoe outside. And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
Yeah, Bledsoe with the kind of strength and wingspan that can cause trouble inside. Draws the foul there.
Milwaukee shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw drops for Eric Bledsoe. The Nets making a switch here. Allen's checked in. And Eric Bledsoe drops them both. And now we're 3 minutes into the 3rd quarter of play. Dinwiddie outside. Oh, that's blocked.
Exceptional defense from Wes Matthews. This is one of the best defenders in the game.
There's the pass to Mr. Perfect. Outside, Martin. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And he lays in the alley-oop.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one,
A little surprise, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same. We've got 33 seconds left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Cowboy passes to Dinwiddie. Here's Mr. Moves. Clock is at 3. And Middleton with the block. An even 3-on-3 break. It's stolen. Pass to LeVert. Here's Mr. Moves. That's good. And LeVert with the assist. Mr. Moves got his first 3 points of the game.
And I want to see more of that. He's been passing up on his shot more than usual, even though he's hitting the ones that he takes.
And so it's Brooklyn with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We've got more in store for you right after this. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Well, having multiple playmakers on the floor makes you a much tougher team to defend.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. Antetokounmpo is out there with Martin. Then there's Bledsoe, and it's Mr. Clutch, and it's Matthews in at the small forward position. From the low block, and it's in off the backboard. Mr. Clutch has got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for the Bucks. Here now is Dinwiddie. Pass to KD. And it's Brooklyn scoring again. Boris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did in high school at a radio station. The first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through corn boxes and legs so the people were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the basement. Because that's where the telephone cables were. to plug in on quick. He was 16 years old.
Incredible.
I remember it very well.
Incredible.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. Well, at 6'7" Doris, Caris LeVert describing himself as a point/shooting guard.
Well, why not? Because his slashing ability, his blinding speed off the dribble is really what makes him problematic. His burst is special, and it doesn't matter if he's going left or right.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Jay's checked in for Cowboy. G comes in for Caris LeVert. Jay's checked in for Spencer Dinwiddie, and Irving subbed in for Mr. Moves. Milwaukee also making some changes. Thunder's checked in for Matthews, and B subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. They get it back. Antetokounmpo. Here's G, and G with the stuff.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love, Greg, is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Giannis passes to Thunder. Here's B. It's blocked. Now here's Durant. Irving with the ball. Passes it to Jay. Back to Irving. And he finishes nicely on the way. And the Nets lead by 20.
Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Brooklyn.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Cowboy.
And you have to love the effort he put forth on the glass. He played with the fire no one else could match as he chased down those rebounds. And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by Brooklyn.
Outside Irving. Durant down low. The layup off target. And so Giannis will bring it up for the Bucks. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
That's 2 shots. Personal foul. 2.
Milwaukee. Martin. At the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. So for the Nets, Jordan, he's checked in for Jay. Allen comes in for Kevin Durant. And Joe Harris is subbed in for G. The Bucks also changing it up. Brook Lopez is checked in for Thunder. Pat Connaughton comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mr. Clutch. And both free throws good for Martin. 32 seconds left in the game. Outside Jordan. Back to Irving. Harris outside. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Jordan dishes to Irving. 5 to shoot. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. And the Nets lead by 20.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Kyrie. Nice win tonight. What was your thought process coming into the game?
I was just going out there trying to compete on every play, trying to play as much defense as possible. Just sticking to our game plan. We had a game plan going in, and we executed.
Got it done at both ends of the floor, Kyrie. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you next time.